Hey everyone, welcome to The Conversation. I am your host, Yvonne Orji, and I have with me 5 amazing, beautiful young women, and we're just gonna have a conversation. That's why it's called A Conversation. Every single person, Christian or not, or otherwise, they have this thing called a list. Kind of like a Christmas list. You make it once, you check it twice. Are we naughty? Are we not? You know, that kind of thing. But it's the list to figure out what kind of man, what kind of spouse they have. Who here, like, let's be honest, because we're going to be honest, guys. Who here has a list? Why you look all nervous? Like, they can see you. The camera's on.
I have a list.
You have a list. Okay. Does anyone have their list with them? You want? Because I want to hear some of this stuff. All right. You got your electronic list.
Yes,
you
I
just
do.
keep that with you. If you see somebody, you be like,
It's
no,
here.
no. Siri said you're not the one. Okay.
Tiffany and I are old school.
Tiffany, you got journals. Somebody went to Ross. Okay, cool. Who wants to go first? Anybody can go first. Oh, don't be shy. Miss,
I knew it.
professional.
Well, actually, I was sharing with Cassie that I did not have a list
Okay.
initially. So coming out of my divorce, I said, okay, I need to reevaluate some things, honey.
Got it.
Write down my needs.
Okay.
I want a man of God, a man of faith.
Okay.
And I need honesty
Okay.
and consistency. And a leader.
Now, this is a new guy. Does he line up with the list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Did
he
you
lines
make
up.
the list before you met
I
him?
made this list years
Okay.
before him.
Okay. And so
Next
when you
time.
met him, were you like, okay, what's your
Yeah.
name?
I
man?
was checking it
Omar?
Yes.
I mean, was it like that, or were you like?
No, I kept going back to my list. I'm like, okay, well. Check. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Check. I mean, we can work on that because definitely in any relationship, it takes compromise.
Okay.
So I'm not like, oh, he didn't do this today, so I'm writing you off.
Got it. Okay.
Today.
So, today.
You know,
Your grace is not sufficient. Because you're not Jesus. You were like, my grace got time limits. Okay. All right. Let's keep it at 100, guys. All right. Who else wants to share?
My list is short, so
Okay.
I need somebody who loves God a whole lot like I do.
Okay.
Not go to church, because I go to church and that's cool, but it's plenty of people in church who don't have the relationship. And mostly because I need you to be able to reel me back in when I'm in my foolishness
Oh my God.
or in my naturalness. I need you to be able to reel me back in on a spiritual type of level.
Ain't nothing like a man that can just like,
Right.
and you don't even have to
It's
be hardcore
attractive.
with it. You just have to give a look like, you done?
Right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let me
Let me get I am so sorry.
Right. I'll call you later.
He gave me the look.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Family oriented.
Yes.
Encouraging and supportive.
All right.
I've dated people who didn't really care too much about what I'm doing in my life, other than we spend the time together and that's cool, but you're not invested in what I'm doing. You don't really care much. I'm in college and I'm working. You don't really like, it's just about the time that we spend together, and I need more than that. I need you to be invested in my life, you know?
Okay.
Same way, because I'm very supportive of whatever you're doing, as much as I can be emotionally. And,
Got it.
I need that too.
You want some reciprocation, reciprocity.
Yes.
Didn't Lauryn Hill say something about that?
Right.
Reciprocity. All right. Who else has a list?
Okay, I do. I was saying earlier, actually, before I was like allowed to date, because my family wasn't allowed to date in high school and stuff. But my parents were huge on the list.
Okay.
Just because they themselves didn't have the list. And I want someone that no matter what the circumstance is, no matter what's happening, it's like they will always be in love with Jesus. It's like, I can't change it. This won't change it. Nothing's going to keep you from God, you know? But something that I put too, like, to be honest, like, I love funny, sarcastic.
Yes.
Like, that's a must for me.
Yes.
You
Okay.
gotta keep me laughing. Like, I
Yes.
love to have fun and to be able to have fun outside of church, in church. You know what I mean? Like, with your friends. So that's definitely,
That's a biggie.
that's a
Big
huge
deal.
one for me.
Yes.
That's a biggie.
Yeah.
Tiara.
Well, definitely something that has been a struggle for me being a Christian woman is the idea of submission. And I finally wrapped my mind around it and, really studied it. But I feel like if I am called to submit to a man for the rest of my life and trust him to lead our family, I really would like him to be submissive unto Christ.
Got it.
And unto the Lord, and show me evidence of that.
And that's even scriptural, because the Bible even says submit one to another. People always they be missing that one to another part. They be like, nah, that's omission. No, if I'm submitted to you, you submit to me, then we all submitted. So we die daily.
Definitely.
Continue, Tiara.
So I have self-control, disciplined, a leader, respects authority, and is also submissive to authority and to church leaders, even like for pastors. Because stuff gets hard, life is hard, and I want to be able to, if we're having marital issues, to be able to go to our pastors or whoever is over us and say, like, we're struggling. And I feel like a lot of men that I've known have difficulties and they struggle in that area and are like, I'm not going to go talk to nobody about our issues, which can be problematic. Patient and long-suffering, because I be tripping sometimes. I be tripping.
But at least you know that about yourself. At least you're honest. She said I be tripping with a smile. She was like, I be tripping. I tripped last night. That's beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling you. Picking on what you've been putting down, Tiara. Lydia, rounding us out.
Like you said, it's not enough to just go to church. I want him to follow Jesus so I can follow him.
Yeah.
Because, same with what you were saying, like, submission has a mission. So I'm not, if you don't have a mission.
Submission has a mission. Hey, Johnson White. Yes. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like,
Thank you and good night.
Hey, thank you for coming out.
I'm just saying, like, and I want his mission to be godly, like, if I'm submitting to it, I want to submit to him and the Lord. So that's obviously number one. I'm kind of like quirky and it takes me a while, but I'm a little weird, and I've dated guys in the back that are like, and I'm just like, no, like, let me be me. Yeah. So that's a big thing for me. I have some serious, like, past wounds, and it's, like, developed, like, issues that obviously I'm working on. Like, it's not like, oh, just accept, like, this is how I am. But, like,
I'm sorry, what was that? But Tiara, also, like, you mentioned, like, the submission piece. I don't know if that's, like, a struggle for you guys, but, like, I know for me, I cannot wait to submit. Like, I mean, I feel like we're all, like, strong women. Right. Like, I handle so much, like, of my business, like, my show, like, whatever, like, I'm handling it. I have a crew, but it's like I'm in charge of those people. Right. When I get home, I want to be like, I want to be able to trust your decision making so I don't have to.
Exactly.
The minute I feel like you slipping, I gotta go into African woman mode and be like with a baby on my back and making this joint happen. And it's like, I don't wanna have to do that. Like, I wanna be like, you got it? I trust you. You got it. I'm going to bed. Like, that is beautiful. Like, I can't wait. So on all the lists, because we all have lists. I mean, I have a list. I ain't share, but Jesus know my list. Abu, wherever you are. Come quickly, please. And we're back. But like, what is a absolute non-negotiable? Like, okay, I know we all are like Christians, so obviously Jesus as the head of this guy's life is number one. Taking that out, like, what is an absolute non-negotiable on your list?
This is something that I actually learned in a past relationship, and it was a guy who can't show grace for things that happened before we were together, where they find out like about your past or whatever it may be, and they just can't get over it, and it's like the mindset of how they even look at you or treat you is completely different.
Got it.
And that's just not how Jesus is. That's not the gospel. That's not grace. And that just brought me to like feelings of shame and like, oh, if I'm not this perfect girl or this perfect package that you thought I was, then you just leave, or, and so that kind of damaged me in some ways where I just felt like the shame of my past all over again. But Jesus already accomplished my shame. Like, he got rid of it. So I don't need to feel shame anymore. I don't have to be condemned over things that I did before I knew Jesus and before I knew you.
Right? There is now,
And it makes you
therefore, no
hesitant to be
condemnation.
honest
Exactly.
in the future. It's like, oh, well, he tossed me aside for it, so maybe I just won't tell the next guy kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that sucks.
Exactly.
So that's good. So you want your guy to have a certain level of grace.
Exactly.
That's dope. That's dope. Anybody else? Non-negotiables?
Yeah, I think for me, it would definitely have to be patience or slow to anger.
Y'all are real holy. I was thought for sure someone was like, bank account. If you don't have $90K, like, I don't even know how we can
I did
do
have
it.
financial responsibility, but that's
Financial responsibility?
Yeah,
Okay.
blowing
I was
money
about to say,
home.
we giving all the, like, Jesus is answers. I'm like, so, okay. But I mean, if that's your non-negotiable, that's your non-negotiable. But I'm like, hold on. I know the people at home watching, like, they real saved. Okay, so she wants somebody that's patient.
As far as non-negotiable, I think it's ambition. You know,
Oh, okay.
I need some kind of career, goal-driven type of, ambition and
So
drive.
you're not
work.
the chick that'll be like, girl, but girl, he got potential.
But I need that potential to function.
Because babies have potential. Potential is stored energy. I got a degree in biology. That's what it is. It's stored energy. Like,
Let's put that potential to work.
what is a non-negotiable for you?
Um,
And you have experience, so I feel like
honestly, I need honesty.
honesty.
Oh, God.
Oof, girl.
A lot of people asked in my previous relationship, was it because there was cheating involved? And that was not the reason that I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I forgave him for that. And like I said before, we're really good friends to this day. He just wasn't honest about it. So I couldn't move past because we couldn't work on it because he still lied about it. So I think I have to have the trust. Like, that's just not, even at the lowest,
Yeah.
the dirtiest thing that I need to know because I can work on it, I can move past it. But if I can't trust you, I can't move past it.
I got my handy dandy Bible here, and I know we have lists. And I was just like thinking, like, oh, what did the Bible say about some dudes in the Bible that we know? And so he said he was ruddy, with a fine appearance and handsome features.
Yes, God.
Now, what does ruddy mean?
All right. I was waiting for you to break down the definition.
Nah, I just wanted to show you what the Bible said about him. But I feel like he was short. David was short. But David was a man after God's. I think that short, is that what ruddy means? Short and stout? He probably was short and stout.
Not stout.
Really? But he was ruddy with fine appearance. And
David's Middle Eastern, right? So you probably are short.
David, you just claiming David for yourself? She's like, that's your man? That's David's your boo? All right. So this is Joseph. Well, I love the one that said the Lord was with Joseph and he prospered. So Joseph was rich. Joseph's my kind of dude. He got dreams, visions, and whatnot.
And a corn.
Great.
And then it's like the Lord blessed the household of the Egyptian because of Joseph. So Joseph just causing everybody to prosper. That's my boo. It says Joseph was well built and handsome. How you doing, Joe? He was well built and handsome. That means he went to the gym, okay? So if you and you just gonna love me how I am? Maybe.
The Bible again.
It's
I go by
biblical.
the Bible. It's biblical. Joseph was well built. That means he was doing his burpees. Okay? He was out here doing these P40 and P90.
Insanity.
He was doing all of it. So if you're not well built and handsome, don't step. No, I'm messing with you. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was great laughing with you guys. We got Alex. Okay, all right. Try this again. I didn't know we was clapping. Lydia, Sierra, Cassie, and Miss Tiffany over here. And I'm your host, Yvonne. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of The Conversation. Have a good one, guys. Bye. I'm saying though, you got a brother, you got like a cousin, you got a dude that you pledged with. What? And they're like, yeah, nah, man, you don't want none of my friends. None of your friends?